Top back then,
Yeah.
but
Probably wasn't even back
yeah, you probably might not have been.
then.
But I used to listen to that on the 8 track in the car.
Yeah.
My dude's brother had a Fleetwood, a '68 Fleetwood Broham with the foot rest in the back, the
Yeah.
whole nine.
Okay.
We was riding in luxury. We was, I don't know, we had to be like,
Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the thing with the gangster
it was
lean.
all on, and we was blasting that, bro. But no, I mean, I love the Dramatics. I mean, they close to home. They from Detroit,
Yeah.
and they made good music. But I came into that because, you know, I was gonna come into Panic in Detroit by David Bowie. Because there's a lot of panic going on in these streets, man. You know, we always talk about
Yeah.
these mass shootings and senseless violence. So people are panicking in the streets, and I mean that type of stuff bothers me. But then you got little bitty kids. Again, we back on that again. You know, their mothers killing them. They 18 months old, and they killing them, and then they lying and saying, "Oh, well, I went in there and the baby was unresponsive and all that." You know they don't take them to the hospital. You know they don't bash the kid in the head. So quit all the line. Actually, just don't. When you have a baby and you're not equipped to, just give the baby away. If you get a baby to me, I can do better than some of you people as parents. That's like the third one, and um, don't take me too serious on that. I don't need no bunch of people. I just gave the address to this building too. I don't go outside no babies downstairs. But you know, I don't know. That kind of stuff is disturbing. Again, there's no static radio, the voice of the revolution. Um, that's Hustle. I'm Wax. We got the flow. We got some good stuff. We got some bad stuff. And we got some stuff that might be indifference to you. So you choose between what you think is good, what you think is bad, and what you think is indifference. And you have every right to do that. So, like I said, like like this page on YouTube because we're on YouTube Live and subscribe. We're on Facebook Live. Um, Following apps you can download and listen to us live. Okay, Mixler.com, Mixcloud.com, live on radio.net, live online radio.net, media2.com. You can download any of those apps and you can just listen to us live. You know, you go back and watch a replay, listen to a replay on one of those, on one of the video apps. But yeah, and we powered by Google, and we are sponsored by the Mott Avenue Wines, designed me exclusively, and the Cleveland Rugby League. So those are our sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor on this show or any other show on No Static Radio platform, talk to that lady. She walked right back there. Or go on to the No Static Radio page, and what's that number, Hustle, they got to call? It's, because I ain't looking at it right now. But you can go in there. There's a number that you can call. Now that's the number to call in to talk to us. The one for the advertisers. I can't think of right now. I'll get it for you and I'll give it to y'all in a few minutes. But y'all go to the No Static Radio page on Facebook and you can find it, okay? Thank you. Again, the world that we live in, I don't know. But yeah, we are the voice of the revolution. Many revolutions, they start with a revolt. That's what it started with, right? Revolt. So maybe we should get some more revolution going on in some of these towns, cities, states in this country because there's about to be a civil war anyway. But I ain't gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna let y'all get into 2024 before I go there. And let me see. Let me see. And then that was Ron Banks and the Dramatics. I remember when they first came out, they was just the Dramatics. And I guess Ron Banks must have talked to what's that dude's name that was in the Temptations? Um,
David Ruffin.
David Ruffin. He must have talked to David Ruffin, and David Ruffin must have told him, we the voices. And he said, you should be out in the front. But Ron Banks, then it ended up being Ron Banks in the dramatics. But that was cool though. I love Ron Banks. I love the dramatic. Again, boy, them were the good old days. That's when I could do a whole lot of shit. What else we got? Oh, we got the afternoon lottery numbers. And those numbers today are 776. That's a double. For a dollar you get what? $166 for 50 cents, or for a dollar box, $83 for 50 cents. On the box side, any combination, pick forward 8905. I don't know why that number means something to me, but I didn't cash no ticket in, so it couldn't mean that damn much to me. And 95571 was the pick 5. So that's 1955 or 1975 in a combination.
Damn, that's my pick 4, 1975.
Don't
and
worry
I missed
about that,
7.
it's coming.
Is it okay?
Oh, it's on the rise. It's
Okay.
coming.
No, that 776 just jumped out by my
702. Listen, I've been playing that, and the day I didn't play it, it
It
came out.
came out.
Yes.
Y'all gotta keep them in, because if you don't keep them in, you damn sure ain't gonna win.
Yeah.
That 776 need to turn in to 717. I need to put it in for about 10 times for my
What's
birthday.
the day? Oh, you got 7 days. You gonna hit it before that
Yeah.
come out. I know how I know, because I looked at my watch on my clock on my phone and said it was 222.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you that number within the next 16 days.
Yeah. I need it within the next 3.
Yeah, well, if you get it, man, I should put it in my rotation too, but cool, man, they've been hitting me so hard. My sister's birthday came out yesterday, 324 straight, straight, and her son Brandon's birthday came out 9/10 earlier in the week, and I always tell my nephew, my sister, and my brother, anybody I know to play numbers, 324 gonna follow 910 or 901 or
Really?
190, and it's always,
Yeah.
and that was straight too. So I ain't had no business missing that song. I mean that number right there. I had absolutely no reason to miss that number.
Sometimes you gotta take your own advice.
Yeah, you right about that. I think somebody told me that one day, and I was in a crack house. You know, there's a lot of good jurisprudence that go on in crack houses, after hour gambling houses. There be some smart people in there. I ain't saying they all went to college and graduated, but you ain't got to go there to be smart or have intellect about yourself.
Just a little bit of common sense.
Yeah, look there now, all right. I mean, look at the people that's having wars and stuff all over the world.
Yeah.
They going on education and policy, and ain't nobody said nothing about common sense. I ain't heard nothing since about common sense since Obama, and they wanted to treat him bad. No Static Radio, we got a whole lot of shows. We got some new shows. We got some shows that been here for a while, and we got some shows. I'm gonna tell y'all. So y'all need to go to No Static Radio and check out some of this new stuff that we got going on here. Let me see, where am I at? Oh, the Trauma Recovery Center. Most important thing I might say today. I might say something even more important though. Janelle Monet. I'm just start calling you Monet. That's what they call you if you live in color but still Jamie Monet. But the Trauma Recovery Center is like freaking important. It's about saving lives, and don't see my damn Trauma Recovery report. Trauma Recovery Center. There you go. I'm gonna tell you the number first. 216-644-5487. 644-5487. That's the number to the Trauma Recovery Center. You know, and if violence has happened to you or your family, and there's a lot of that going on now. I'm telling you, man. That's why I played that song, man. There's a lot of panic out here in these people in these streets. You know, violence can affect all parts of your life, sometimes in ways you can't see. Violence can cause affect the way you sleep, eat. It can cause you to lose focus, lose weight, feel hungry, angry, and you might drink or use drugs as other ways to escape. Violence does not have to keep hurting you, and you can change your life starting now with help from the Trauma Recovery Center. Take control of your life. Today can be the day. The Trauma Recovery Center offers real help for real needs in real time. They offer services in PTSD, domestic violence, safety, emotional support, food, clothing, much more. Don't let violence control you. You can break free, and the Trauma Recovery Center can help. Call the Trauma Recovery Center again at 216-644-5487. You know, they'll come where you at. It's completely confidential. It's 24/7. You ain't got to worry about nobody snitching. We trying to save lives over here. And the Trauma Recovery Center, they trying to save lives too. So y'all need to, you know, just make the call, 216-644-5487. And all the gunfire and all the people that got shot in the city of Cleveland this weekend, I know somebody suffered from some form of trauma. I know. Because you can't just get shot leaving the club on Saturday night and see 9 people laying in the middle of the street who they shot themselves and not be traumatized by that. Because if you're immune to it, then you need to go over there to Ukraine where they fighting the real war at. I'm just saying. But, you know, hey, all I'm doing is delivering the message. And the Trauma Recovery Center is, if I don't say nothing else, that number should be the most important thing you hear from me today. I mean, even though I will say, and I will specify again, I'm going to say some more important stuff, but that might be the most important thing that I say today. So if you're going through something, call them, man. Please, I beg of you, you know, move that over there.
Who did say some funny stuff though? That Kevin Hart. I watched that Kevin Hart. He did say some.
When you talk about Pat Williams.
No, when he was talking about his new special. When he was talking about.
Oh, that's the one that's garbage.
Yeah, when he said some funny shit. When he talking about y'all do some illegal stuff around me, I'm telling. And he says not snitching because I'm telling you right now before you do it. He said I told you before you did it. So that way when you do it, it's not snitching.
I gave you warning. That's like me and you going to commit a crime and you don't know. I'm going to tell you before we go.
Yeah, he
so
said
you know.
He said when they start asking them questions, he going to help the investigation. He going to solve the crime.
Snitch ass. And want that little $3,500 reward. Okay, now you said something positive, Kevin Hart, then you went straight negative. All in the same joke. Man,
yeah, he's funny with that one. He might have got Mike Epps on that one. He said, I'm going to solve that crime.
Mike Epps, man. Now, Mike Epps, when he talked about the snitch gang, he brought it to y'all for real. He brought it to y'all in a completely, highly intellectual way that the dumbest person could understand. But that was good, though. I like that. And, you know, but I'm still on that, you know, when Cat Williams did his thing, yeah. And then he said something about Tiffany Haddish. You know.
I've been seeing a lot of her stuff popping up. She's been on a couple of game shows, Celebrity Game. And she's on some type of show they got.
She about to be back on so because Kevin Hart.
They easing her back in.
Yeah, Kevin Hart, when that controversy with Cat Williams and he went on the Breakfast Club with Tiffany Haddish. He stood up for her real strong, and he was knocking Cat Williams based upon what Cat Williams was saying in a comedic way, which a lot of that stuff was true. He didn't talk about that child abuse stuff. He talked about a whole lot of other stuff.
You know. Dead, though. I think Harry Spears.
Oh yeah, Aries Spears is the one taking the hit for all that. He definitely would not have a career anymore.
They slide Tiffany Haddish back in there, and I've seen her a lot this weekend.
Well, yeah, they gonna get her. They gonna get her back in there, bro. I'm telling you, cause that damn Kevin Hart, he stood up for her, um, like that was his woman, for real.
She need to get with another crew too, though. But she got it though. Tiffany Haddish funny.
Well, she's funny, but I understand what Cat Williams was saying, and he was saying that, okay, first of all, the role she played in Girls Trip, she was funny, but she was up there with three major actors that got some style, some class, and they got something behind them, you know. And the script was written. Actually, that script was written in 2014. Do you know that? That script was written in 2014, and it finally got to the screen. What? Like about 3 years ago? Now that's some dirty shit right there. I'm just gonna tell you. But you know, and he was saying, and this Cat Williams, you know, he was saying things to the extent that, okay, you know, there's been some other female comics, and he named a list of them: Lunel, Melanie Camacho, you know, people that have been out here for years that haven't had the opportunity that Tiffany Haddish had, you know, that quick. You know, and they had to come up in the same system, basically, or even a harder system to come up as a female comic than Tiffany Haddish did, because it's easier for you to break out now than it was for, say, Lunel, even though nobody will see Lunel big ass in that bathtub on no fans only page, only fans page. Please don't do that ever again, Lunel. But, you know, so it was a lot to that conversation, you know, and he stood up, Kevin Hart, he stood up for Tiffany Haddish, you know. Like I said, the way he was talking over her, you know, they were sleeping together, you know. But it's cool though. Everybody got a right to their opinion. Every comic got a right to his own jokes. But every comic also has a right to their own truth. And Cat Williams got the truth. Tiffany Haddish got the truth. And Kevin Hart even got the truth. The truth with Kevin Hart is he got lips in his shoes, and he's just a little bitty bug eye coming. We're gonna keep it moving. So, but yeah, I think that that was good conversation. You know how people on the Breakfast Club, they always egging shit on anyway. You know, they trying to start being, you know, because they ain't shit. Put it that way. What's the girl name that left the Breakfast Club last year? She's been on there for years too. She left because she was tired of that. She was tired of the unprofessionalism of Charlamagne the God and the other people on there. So yeah, she left. It's a app. I mean, it's a group on here. I don't know why I remember that group, but the name of it is "You Can't Sell Dope Forever." You can't, but I ain't sold no dope in forever, and all I did was sold weed.
Sometimes you gotta take your own advice. You gotta go. You can't sell dope forever.
Yeah. I'm sending this out to some different groups, all the groups that love us on here, not the ones that hate, because y'all can hate all y'all want, and I mean, if it sounds like I'm doing that reverse hate, no, I ain't. Y'all just hate, because y'all don't want to give us no love, because y'all know the hustle and wax flow be doing it, and we put people out there in an honest, sincere way. We prop people up that need to be propped up, you know. And there's nothing wrong with bringing a person down if they too high on their high horse. If you forgot where you came from, guess what? You need to get knocked off your high ass horse. That's all I'm saying.
Reality check, Leonard got a reality check.
Leonard needs to stay off that damn diving board and let people influence him, because peer pressure is something when you're in the 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, up to about the 7th grade.
He was feeling himself, and They had a funky boat. What they say, the gas truck, gas steam up.
Gassed them up, and guess what? That big balloon crashed like the Hindenburg on that damn. If y'all ain't seen it, go find it.
Yeah,
Leonard,
pretty fresh.
Leonard,
And you 40-something years old.
and 40.
Pretty fresh.
Leonard, the one that don't give his employees W-2s at the damn, what you call that shit, Popeyes, that he on.
Wingstop Ricky.
Wingstop, oh yeah, Wingstop Ricky. They wouldn't have that at Popeyes, because we got them Glorellas and people like that working at the Popeyes.
She got thighs now. What happened to your thighs?
They smashed on that damn water. Woo.
Karma.
Yeah, karma gonna get you. And they got Wingstop Ricky, Leonard. And I wonder if he ever gave them people they W-2 so they could file taxes.
If you ever out in public doing something and you see somebody got or in private, wherever you at, and you at a private party, public party, and everybody got their phone out and the camera's on you, stop whatever you about to do. It ain't gonna end well. You're gonna be a meme, you're gonna be all over the internet. I mean, unless you wanna go viral, I don't know. You make your own decision.
Well, he made a bad decision because Rick Ross, the fake Rick Ross, the fat Rick Ross, because LA Freeway Rick Ross is not, he ain't never weighed over 175, but he was smooth with it. This dude, I don't know, Leonard, I'm just going to keep calling him by his government name, Leonard, because Leonard, you got to be about 340, and he was at his own house trying to show off.
On his high horse.
On his high horse.
That's pretty fresh.
Like my grandmama used to say, you can show out if you want to. You're going to end up being the show.
Yeah.
And he ended up being the show. He came up on that diving board once, and when he came down, it was a wrap. Man, that dude is so freaking dumb. But I digress. I want everybody to know that we're going to get this out the way too. Actually, I just heard that John Carlson, he was 48 years old. He was on All My Children. He was one of the first people that played a transgender role on TV. Because you know, All My Children been off the air for years.
Oh, yeah?
And, oh yeah, I mean, the only one come on now is General Hospital on Channel 5. All My Children been off the air, I don't know, maybe a good 10, 15 years maybe?
Yeah.
And this dude was playing a transgender role on there back then. And that was kind of dropped on everybody sometime this afternoon or this morning. Let me see. Johnny Cooks, he was 64 years old since we about to go into football season and training camp in the next couple of weeks. Johnny Cooks was the number 2 pick in the NFL draft when he came out. He played for the Colts. He got a Super Bowl ring with. Did he get it with the Colts? He got a Super Bowl ring. With New England Patriots. And then he played for the Browns for a few months. That's his, that's his Cleveland relationship. He played for the Browns, the last team he played for. But he passed away. He was 64 years old. I've never seen Mulan, but I've never seen a lot of the new Disney stuff anyway.
Yeah.
That includes The Lion King, and I ain't seen it yet. I'm not going to see The Lion King. If I want to watch some cartoons about some animals, I'm watching Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, the Pink Panther. That's what I'm watching. So.
The only thing I watch on Disney is the Marvel since y'all took over that.
Yeah, they bought Marvel. But then, I'm going to get to y'all too in a minute, Disney. But y'all buying up all these big conglomerates like Marvel, ABC, ESPN, and all that stuff y'all done bought up. And y'all laying people off. But y'all keeping some racists on board. We don't do races on the show, baby. So, but Coco Lee, she passed away. She was 48. She was in Mulan, and a couple other things too. She passed away. Katrina Pavlicek, she was 41. She passed away. Vince Tobin, he was a coach for the Arizona Cardinals. He was 79. He passed away. He was a good football coach. And I mean, this one right here kind of hurt. Nikki McCray Penson, she was 51. I just know her as Nikki McCray, the badass that played center for the University of Tennessee under Pat Summitt. She was a badass. Now I'm a UConn fan, and I like Tennessee on some level, but anybody Bub like I hate on some level. Like the Cowboys stink. But he was a Tennessee fan. Yeah. So that means I could not really get into Tennessee like that. So I was a UConn fan. And Pat and Gino, they had some battles, but now, and I've said this sitting here before too, on numerous occasions. I respect Pat Summitt. I love Pat Summitt. Pat Summitt could have coached men and got results because she knew the game and she knew how to coach and she knew how to play that psychological head stuff with a person. But Nikki McCray, she won Olympic medals. She was won WNBA titles. She I mean, you know, and when you think about her in the WNBA and Olympics, yeah, she was in there with what's that girl named Candace Parker and Cheryl Swoops and all them other girls. And she was the baddest one on that team. A lot of people been coming out talking about her passing, and you know, like a lot of other people might have got the headlines, but didn't too many people want to play up against her. And may she really rest in peace. Give Coach Pat Summitt a hug for all of us, cause she's dearly missed just as well as you be dearly missed. Nikki McCray, Penson. Wow, that was something. COVID is still here. It ain't going nowhere. People still recovering from it in the hospital. People still dying from it somewhere on this planet. Get boosted. Actually, all that extra booster stuff, they should take over there to the third world countries. Let some of them people get boosted. Because they dying over there more than they is over here now. The 18-month-old was murdered by the mother and the boyfriend and the cousin stood by and watched. They all got brought up on straight homicide, murder one charges with big bonds that they can never make. So they're gonna sit in jail until they go to jail for real. Yeah. Oh, you know, and I was thinking about this too, bro. And I want you to kind of help me clarify this with people because, and I don't want to bring up Sergio because he is a snitch. He's not a confidential informant. He snitched right there in the courtroom. But there's a difference between the county. The county is jail. The penitentiary is where you go when you get on that little bus and they had that fence, that wire fence between you and the driver. And you be back there with a bunch of dudes and the driver don't care. And you going down 71 South, as they used to say when you were going to Mansfield, or Lucasville, or Tico, or one of them.
People got it like this. The county, that when people can just drive to come see you, or they can get somebody to come see the prison is where you got to take a ride, trip.
71 South, baby.
A trip to go see your peoples.
71 South.
Well, you got to schedule some stuff.
Yeah, well, you got to pay somebody. When they started that bus transportation to the prisons, and that had to be like in the 80s up here. Yeah. Oh my goodness, people got rich, real rich.
The county or the city jail, you just go visit your people. It ain't no problem. Catch an Uber. You know what I mean? Catch an Uber or something. But if you can't catch no Uber or nothing, then that's the penitentiary. That's when they in prison. Penitentiary.
Unless you live within 25 minutes at the penitentiary, you can walk to see those people.
Ain't nobody live no 25 minutes. No.
And when you
They'll
go,
be the people that live be the backwoods. I ain't gonna don't get me wrong on this. Y'all gonna take the wrong way.
they don't take you the wrong way, bro.
But them be the backwood white boys with the land. The people that's renting the land or they done sold the land to. And always be some white folks and they're complaining that y'all doing too much, letting the prisoners come out and pick up trash. Y'all need to keep the prisoners in the gates.
Well, I just wanted that to be clarified because some people think because you go down to the city jail or the county jail, you in prison.
I mean,
You in
sometimes,
jail.
sometimes you classify it as prison, like because they still have like the county and the city still have federal inmates, depending on like sometimes I've seen people be in the damn county pod, but got fed. They got different colors on. They be wearing peanut butter outfits, or sometimes the bright orange, and you gonna go to prison, but we just ain't classified it yet.
Yeah, you ain't rolled out yet.
Yeah.
You still in the county.
And they be there. I done seen people be in the county for like 2 years on some fed shit. So you go get your court date and all. You know, it's a lot of. You know how legal system is. You jammed up.
Yeah, hurry up and wait. Based upon your skin color.
Yeah, they do you like they want to do you. So you might be in the county for 2-3 years with the peanut butter uniform on.
Yeah, and a lot of people that's going to do fair time, you know, or you know, they just classified a certain way. They make them sit there and wait, you know, because if the judge don't say they get time served, then whatever they got sentenced to when they get there, they got to do all that time. So, I mean, it's a big difference, okay? Because I read a couple of stories and I talked to some people, and they talking about XYZ is in prison, and they in the county. See, I've been in the city jail before, downtown Federal Building, over some nonsense, I must say. However, I ain't never been in the county. I don't know what inside the county look like unless I see it on TV. Or lockup. They used to have Cleveland County Jail on lockup.
Well, what's the name too? That's still considered county or city. Might take you out to the penal form or workhouse.
Yeah, buddy. Now the workhouse, they just getting you ready for the penitentiary.
The workhouse game. I've never been to the workhouse, but I've heard people talking about
They
workhouse.
had, you know what they did with the workhouse here? They turned it into a camp.
Yeah.
And you know what they called it? It's named Camp George Forbes.
Yeah. Yeah. One of these days. And the day might be the day. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I be hearing stories of my uncle used to say, man, I've been to the workhouse down in Tennessee. I ain't trying to go to the workhouse, bro. They don't even sound like a good visit. The workhouse.
When you go to the workhouse, dog, that's not going to happen. You do not want to go to the workhouse. Because first and foremost, you will be working. The workhouse ain't like the county or the city where you can sit around and play checkers. The workhouse, you going to work. And the workhouse really out there in the fields.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. I'm just trying to, I ain't really trying to do nothing. If I am, I'm just trying to get my spade game up, you know. Hey, hey. I ain't trying to go there. I ain't got time to play no spades.
Okay. You ain't trying to go to the workhouse, bro.
Yeah, I ain't trying to
Because
go
your
to
spade
work.
game going to take a hit.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to go to work now and keep myself up out there.
Workhouse where they be talking about you want to eat your cornbread.
Yeah.
But no, it was a very violent weekend in the United States. No other country in the whole wide world. Now I don't know about Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, none of them spots because I ain't never been in none of them spots, and I don't think the local news or the national news has been in any of those spots. Well, we know in the United States of America, it was a murderous weekend. And especially in the fourth ended up being on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So they had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday to be out here with no self-control, no nothing. Chicago, and like I said before, we don't even have to mention Chicago no more. When we talk about mass shootings and shootings over the weekend or shootings after the holiday, we do not even have to mention Chicago no more. Chicago is a beautiful city. I'm going to talk about Drake in a minute. He was in Chicago this past weekend. But there were mass shootings in Cleveland, and these are all the ones that made the national news, you know, the CBS Evening News. Cleveland, Baltimore. That was the block party that got shot up, and a couple of people died. They caught the person who did that one. Philadelphia, the dude was walking around with the body armor on. I think he killed like about 4 or 5 people, shot a whole bunch more. He walked around with body armor on. Okay? That's their new move. Amarillo, Texas, they had a mass shooting. Shreveport, Louisiana, and Wichita Falls, Kansas. Now, let me talk about the last two. Wichita Falls, Kansas, and Shreveport, Louisiana. Ain't much happening there, bro. And I'm not being derogatory towards your town, but when they start having mass shootings in Shreveport, Louisiana, and Wichita Falls, Kansas, I don't know, this girl's going to hell in a handbasket. But, you know, I don't know. It's shit crazy, bro. But, and I don't know if y'all heard, yesterday, broad daylight, 4:25 p.m., there were 2 cars riding in the Collinwood district of Cleveland, and they were shooting at each other. They had a shootout. And when it was all said and done, a 17-year-old was dead who was in one of the cars. Thank the Lord they didn't hit no bystanders. But broad daylight, 4:25 in the afternoon. Remarkable. Completely remarkable that you could have a shootout in a major part of the city in broad daylight, middle of the day. I'm cool.
How they do it now.
Yeah, I guess.
Wild, wild west.
I said, I was telling somebody the other day, they need to reinstall the draft. And if you're not trying to graduate from high school and you want to drop out and be on these streets, when you hit 16 or 17, Uncle Sam gonna be calling you.
I don't know. They're just gonna send them off so they can have a drug problem and come back.
Well, Vietnam was a good time for some people. There were some successful people that came back after Vietnam.
Come back on that fentanyl.
Let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of young and hillbilly ass white dudes that we just talking about that's going into the army. And when they come out, when they're in there, they recruiting. They're recruiting in the army for when they come out, they can do join militias. So they can try to overthrow this fucking government. They've been wanting to do it forever. Trump gave them an open door to try to do it. They tried, it didn't work. The next time they try to overthrow the government needs to bring out the big guns and start wiping people out. It's just that clear, because if not, they're gonna take over this fucking country. But a lot of young white dudes, they go on to the military. And they learning how to shoot straight. And guess who they gonna be trying to shoot? Me and you. Well, not me and you, but people of a certain color, black, brown, yellow, red, if you want to call it Indian people. I think that most Indian people, they look like they got the same hue or same color as Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. But no, and back to my original point. Hey, if you ain't trying to graduate from high school, guess what? You're going to the Army or the Marines. You're not going to the Navy, and you're not going to the Air Force. You're going to the Army or to the Marines. And you're going to learn some discipline. I mean, if you want to learn how to shoot and kill, go in the Army. I mean, we're not fighting that. Well, we fighting some wars that people not really hearing about on the news, like in the Sudan and other different places, Syria. But learn how to shoot. Go in there and learn how to shoot for real. But then you might go in there and you might learn something about yourself. You might not have the first time discipline has ever been instilled in your life. And guess what? You might come out of there a better person. Or you can come out a better thug. I don't know. But they got to stop this driving down the middle of the street at 4:25 in the middle of the afternoon shooting each other out of cars. This ain't 1920 or 1930, Al Capone them. It's just not. It's 2023, and young black people need to find something to do with their damn time. Period. And that message is also being sent to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and everybody at the Justice Department, except for the ones that's trying to get Trump. Y'all stay doing what y'all doing. The ones that ain't trying to get Trump, y'all need to be looking at this type of stuff here. I'm telling you. So, a lot of mass shootings, a lot of people dead, a lot of people shot. Like you said, your boy came through West 6 the other night, and he thought he was at a bowling alley with people laying down like bowling pins from being shot. It don't make no sense. It ain't never gonna make no sense. And hey, moving right along. Let's get some of this out the way. This is No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. 216-939-5087 is the number to call. You can call in here. You can ask a question. You can make a comment. You might not want to ask me nothing, because you might not like my views or opinions. So, but you still call and talk to Hustle. So, do it if you must. 216-939-5087. That's the number to call in. Here, No Static Radio, voice of the revolution. Where's the Hustle and Wax for? Let's hustle over there, and I'm waxing. We're going to be flowing in a minute, for real. Because that damn Essence Festival turned into, I don't know what that shit turned into. I just truly don't.
More was Sexy Red. She wasn't there, man.
They might as well have invited Sexy Red to the damn Essence Festival. I mean, it turned into one of her songs. I mean, so, even though her one song, she just come out on the beginning talking straight nasty. They can't even beat her shit, because her shit just nasty all the way through. They cannot have a radio-friendly song by that young lady. They can't.
She gonna make it to the radio, though. I guarantee you.
Oh, and somebody gonna put together something for her, and she gonna say what she wanna say, but she just ain't gonna use certain terms. But
as soon as you get on the right person's song, it's gonna be a rap after that. As soon as you get on Cardi B's song or somebody else's song, it's gonna be a rap.
yeah, because Cardi B be inviting them on. She might get with Megan, but I don't think she like Megan Thee Stallion too much. But hey, it's All-Star Weekend or All-Star Week in Major League Baseball, and the Guardians, Tribians, Indians don't play again until Friday, but they have two representatives in the Midsummer Classic, and of course, Jose Ramirez is one. And I think Emmanuel Class, the pitcher, was another one, but I don't think he's going to pitch because he got something going on with his. You know, a pitcher get a blister on their finger, they can't even go out there and work.
Yeah.
The garbage man break his finger, and he's still throwing garbage cans up in the back of that truck.
Yeah, you should have picked a better profession.
Well, I tend to agree with you on that one.
Should have learned how to pitch a ball.
Left-handed at that. But yeah, so
Just like a guitar player, finger might get blistered up, can't play his guitar, my fingers bleeding, but I'm still gonna get my check.
you're gonna get guitar players. I don't see with bloody fingers. They don't care. Cause I mean they checks usually in the mail anyway, but you know. But so yeah, it's All-Star season time, and at the halfway point, if you want to call it that, the Indians, Tribbeans, Guardians, Tribbeans, to make it clear, are 43 and 45.
Said he was trying to call. Said he was trying to call.
43 and 45, and
Is the phone working? Might tell me it's not working.
tomorrow Freeman listening on Mixer, y'all. Keep on calling, Roland. Keep on calling, Roland. That phone works. You just dialed the wrong number. 939-507. 939-5087. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
North Static Radio. This is North Static Revolution. And this is my 1960 radio DJ voice. But who remember WABQ radio?
I used to be on there.
Yeah, you used to be on WABQ?
Yeah. Back in the 90s.
Hello? Hello? I gotta hear nothing. Oh yeah, WABQ was on for a long time.
Yeah. I used to be on with Lois Swans. I used to work at her salon on Kinsman.
So they ended up being right up there on Euclid 79. But
he online, but I can't hear him.
okay, we gonna figure that out. So Roland, just call back. We got you. We working on it now. But yeah, the Guardians, they 45 and 43 and 45. Now they are leading their division with a losing record. Try it now, Roland. The Guardians, they lead their division with a losing record. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
What's up tomorrow, Freeman? What's up, Roland from University Heights?
Phone's down.
Phone down right now. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you want to call, you can call me at 216-280-8977. So if you got something that important you want to say, it's 216-280-8977. And after you call, delete my number. You want to hear something funny, bro? Oh, the state of Oklahoma, some of their state representatives, they dismissed reparations for that one lady who was still alive she was young during the Tulsa riot. 3 of them. They said no. And you know what this one cracker had to say? What? That bullshit wasn't racially motivated. You a damn lie. I'm sick of them, y'all. You know what? I'm sick of, I don't even know that cracker, but that cracker a damn lie. The Tulsa race riot, and that's what they're called, they weren't racially motivated.
Right. Come on.
First of all, you wasn't there, cracker. Right. That lady was there. Them dudes was there. They lived through it. So you can't talk about no, it wasn't racially motivated. You need to take your cracker ass back in your hole where you at. I almost called him a bitch. Your bitch made ass. Fuck out of here, man. Excuse my language. No, then again, not on that point. Don't excuse my language. He is a bitch ass. Now I want to tell you something funny. Let me see where I want to go with this. Oh, y'all remember Larry Nassar? He was the gymnastics doctor for Michigan State. He was the physician, and he was the physician for the Olympic team. Yeah. And he was sexually abusing all them little girls. Some of them who went on to become gold medalists. Yeah. Guess what? Y'all know they gave him 160 years federal and 70 years state. So I don't know if he gonna die, come back, or whatever. And my album didn't make it. I don't know how he get into it with any other inmate, but he got poked. He got the shield. He got stabbed in the chest and in the back.
Oh, he might have thought he got knocked out.
Now he made it through, but he got stabbed in the chest.
I thought he seen the light.
Yeah, he was seeing the light till they got his ass on that stretcher. And that's not gonna be the last time, because he's not gonna be the last one that they do. Like you see what they did with Jeffrey Dahmer. Cracked Jeffrey Dahmer's head. And he ain't from the Moundsville, Ohio either. But he down that way. Hinckley, Ohio. The Hinckley brothers and Jeffrey Dahmer. That's the only thing Hinckley famous for. So you ain't gonna see no brothers once a year. And you ain't gonna see Jeffrey Dahmer either. You ride past his house. That house is still standing. But yeah, Larry Nassar, he got stabbed in prison. It won't be the last time he gets stabbed in prison.
And see, that's like that don't happen in the county. That shit, that bullshit.
No, they don't even have time to make sure in the county. You ain't got no time.
That's that prison shit right there. That ain't the county shit.
Yeah, because when you go in there and you hear a squeaky sound on your bed when you first get in prison, and your mattress is kind of like leaning a little bit, look up under your mattress. Somebody done cut some of that metal out, done made a shield. You better hope it ain't Joe Bump. Me. Just saying, bro. The Undisputed was Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. He quit on them a few months ago. It's been canceled. So they could have called me and Hustle. We would have went up there and talked with Skip about some shit. Because him and Shannon, all they did was scream and holler at each other across from, two microphones. At least we can have a civil conversation here. Now, sometimes Bud would get us upset. We would have to call Bud some names. But Bud ain't here no more. Bud said why his name ain't on the trophy. I know you hear me in there. I know you hear me. Bud said why his name ain't on the trophy. Marie.
They said there was a lot of videos going around about him. They said he's trash, man. They said you can't look at that, man. This is just NBA summer league. It ain't got nothing to do with the season. They said.
Oh, they talking about Wanda.
They said Victor Wembanyama is trash.
They watched Victor Wembanyama's first summer league game.
He said he didn't know what he was doing.
They watched his first summer league game. The first one. And he probably ain't played no basketball since his season ended in France. Yeah. But did you see what he did last night?
They said he garbage. I said, man, y'all need to leave that dude. That summer league ain't got nothing to do with it. But he could have came with a better defense than what he said, though. He told he didn't know what he was doing. I said, bro, you play basketball. What you don't know what you doing?
Well, he made up for it last night. He had 25 points, 13 rebounds, a couple of few assists, a couple of blocks, and
y'all need to cut that noise. So let's go. It's a whole different situation
in the regular season NBA.
Oh, different situation, man. Y'all always try to find something. Call somebody trash. Get out there. You get out there.
All the people that was on Instagram talking that trash stuff and garbage, he was bum and all that.
He on the summer league. He playing summer
league. He about to sign for $300 million.
And y'all
I wish I was his bummy ass.
And nobody want to pick your ass up for the rec league.
They don't even let half of them in the gym. They be scared to put their phone in. You can't play basketball running them down the court with your phone in your pocket. Because you want to criticize somebody that's about to make $300 million. Everybody in your family combined ain't made no damn $300 million. Come to think of it, They might, your whole family might not have made $500,000, and I'm talking about your damn ancestors that needed these damn reparations in Oklahoma.
Your whole family combined can't even bury nobody. They need to go fund me.
Go fund.
Can't even bury nobody.
Go have some fun at the damn amusement park because you a damn clown. That man about to get $300 million.
It's 30 of y'all, and y'all can't come up with $3,000.
Y'all can't come up with $3,000 to bury your sister.
Oh,
hypothetically. But this ain't hypothetical. Because we're going to get to that anyway, because every bad player, every young player, every basketball player have a bad day. Freaking bummy LeBron even have a bad day. Jordan here ain't had too many bad days, but Jordan had bad days.
That man trash. First of all, who is even watching Summer League basketball? That's what I'm trying to figure out. For y'all to even come up with this, because I ain't even never watched the Summer League basketball game ever.
Well, look at it like this. And no, I say I will watch. I haven't watched none this year. But the people that's watching Summer League don't even watch regular basketball. So what the hell, y'all just turned and y'all see the real tall guy on TV, and y'all start looking at him.
Summer League basketball is lower than preseason football.
Damn right about that.
Who is watching this?
Because half the dudes that's out there playing in the Summer League ain't even got a contract. They playing to see if somebody will get their ass a tryout. Yeah. You know who got a contract? They got 2 more games left, and Yambi, whatever they call him, his nickname, he gonna play 1 more game, then he gonna go sit down. That dude about to get $300 million. Everybody that made those comments on Instagram that thought they was funny, all y'all families, ancestors included, combined, ain't gonna even get $2 million, $3 million. This man about to get $300 million. Y'all need to be trying to get on his damn team, dumbasses. Jabari Smith Jr., he had like about 38 points last night. He played for Houston. Cause remember LeBron said, I'm gonna play with my son in the NBA. Yeah. Well, Jabari Smith Sr. and Jabari Smith Jr. has already done it. They won't be first, LeBron. Yeah. So, and LeBron, he ain't gonna make the league anyway unless you buy him a spot. And if you buy him a spot, you need to buy him a damn spot on Space Jam. That's the team he should play on, Space Jam. A bit of positive news. Anthony Parker, Candace Parker's brother, he got named the general manager of the Orlando Magic. He played for Toronto, he played for Cleveland, he played for Philly, and he worked his way up to be the general manager of the Orlando Magic. Good job. They're getting more young black people running these damn teams. I guess these owners got enough damn sense to say, yeah, they played the game, they know how to play. They still play even at a mature age. Let them pick the players. Yeah. All you need to do is set up the kitchen. The owner, put the pots and pans in there. Let the general manager pick the groceries and let the coach cook the groceries. Undisputed got canceled. I will mention that again. Because they say Shannon Sharpe is about to be on ESPN on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. You gonna have two ugly ass men on national TV, and hey, say what you want. They do get money too, and I ain't gonna never make all that much money in my lifetime that they make. But I can't say this about my family. My family has had some pretty influential people in it that made a lot of money. Now, they didn't get me nothing, but they made a lot of money. Unlike them people who were talking about Victor Wembanyama, his damn people, y'all on Instagram. Y'all ain't got shit to do on Instagram. But, yeah, they say Shannon Sharpe is going to ESPN. ESPN is continuing to lay people off. And Jalen Rose is so dumb, he got fired. Some got laid off, he got fired. Some got fired, some got laid off. Now he's from Detroit. He caught a plane back to Detroit when he found out he got fired, and the plane landed at 2 something in the morning. You know what this fool, when they came, the news people gonna be asking him, well, how does it feel that you got fired from ESPN? You know what the first thing this dumbass said? Ain't nothing open in Detroit at 2:30 in the morning, but what he say? Some woman's legs and some other bullshit. I was like, damn, bro, this your home. So you basically what you saying, this bunch of hoes out there after midnight. He said ain't nothing open, but I can't think of it. It'll come to me. That's an old saying anyway. 216-939-5087 is the number to call. No Static Radio, voice of the revolution. Hustle on Maxwell. Phones down, baby. But you can call me at 216-280-8977, and I will put you on the show. You will be heard, and your questions will be asked, and your comments will be heard. But let me see. This is my last UT story of the day. There's a kid named William Satterwhite. He's from Akron Hovind High School. He's about 6'4", about 280 pounds. Play offensive line. You know where he going to school? He chose UT over Ohio State. I hope we play Tennessee during the time he down there, so we can make him wish he never went to UT.
UT building, man.
UT gonna be a top 10 team again this year.
They're building all directions. Men's basketball, women's basketball, football, baseball. They building.
Yeah, they team went to the College World Series this year.
We got more TV time than any other school ever. We stayed.
I tell you what y'all ain't got. No damn gold post.
So the only team, go fund me.
Go fund me at gold post. Okay.
Danny White. They said we even got more TV time, all sports, any other college. They're doing so yeah, they building. Trying to get that TV time back up, building, trying to be a powerhouse.
They might not have had no winning successful teams, but they always gonna be a powerhouse. That's the fucking University of Tennessee, bro.
Yeah.
That's the Orange. That's Johnny Major. What's his name? Neyland, the one that they named the stadium after.
Yeah.
What's his name? Phil Palmer. Yeah. I mean, they always gonna be a powerhouse. And basketball, we already talked about Coach Summit. So all I know is that boy, he shouldn't have went there because Ohio State was right down the street. He passed Ohio State up, went through Kentucky, and ended up in the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, he know what's good. He know what's good for him.
I mean, he going to the NFL whether he go there or here. He's just that good. I'm go back. Bub said why his name ain't on the trophy. He was addressing that to you because me and Hustle told him he got fired.
Well, he wasn't here for none of 22.
That's what I told him.
Yeah, so he need to be here. You know?
Bub is fired.
Oh, okay. Well, Bob, you got fired. You should have been here.
I heard that, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's the boss right there. That's why your name ain't on the trophy. I told him don't touch the trophy. Your name ain't on it, so your fingerprint shouldn't be on it. Let me see. Moving right along.
Bub abandoned ship.
Bub, you abandoned ship, jumped ship, didn't get on the ship. Oh, now this story is very disturbing. And we talked about Larry Nassar, who got 160 years fair time and 75 years state time. And he got poked. Somebody shipped his ass, which is cool. But we mentioned this on this show too. Going toward the end of college football season. Jalen Kitna. If the last name sounds familiar, his father is John Kitna. He played for Cincinnati. He played for Florida. Cause remember he got busted on those child pornography charges? Check this out. No, check this out. And he got 1 year probation and he don't have to register as a sex offender.
What?
Now you tell me, now them crackers down there, no, he got 1 year probation and he don't have to register and he got busted in a child porn ring. He had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces of child pornography on his computer, on his phone. And he gets 1 year probation and he don't have to register as a sex offender. Now, I don't know if that was white privilege or I don't know if that was a dumbass judge. But his father played in the NFL for a long time, so he grew up with privilege. So that story, it kind of disgusts me. That disgusts me more than all these damn mass shootings. I'm gonna be honest with you. That shit disgusted me more than all the mass shootings that they had over the holiday weekend. I mean, it really did. How the hell you ain't got to register as a sex offender and you got busted on about 700 child pornography charges?
Because the judge is seeing no child pornography too. It's like an episode of Law and Order. I've seen it before.
Yeah, well,
His wife, no.
well, he a kid. He's gonna be his first year of college. He's like 18. So he been dealing with this for a while.
His wife, no. I'm talking about the judge.
Oh, the judge? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the judge probably put on his kids.
His wife, no. He's a pedophile.
He a pedophile, the judge. I agree with you on that. Because if you let somebody walk with a year's probation, unsupervised, you don't have to register as a sex offender, that had over 700 pieces of child pornography on his computer, shit, you let that be a black man.
Got caught with an ounce of weed, got life. I ain't even bother nobody.
Okay, I ain't bothering nobody. That was terrible, man. That shit hurt. A former football player at Northwestern University, and actually that's where Anthony Parker went to college at. He said that Pat Fitzgerald, a Northwestern University legend in football, he'd been their football coach for about 20 years, played in the NFL, was an undersized linebacker, said Pat Fitzgerald knew about hazing that was going on, and some of it was of a sexual content within the Northwestern football program. Now, he called it for Pat Fitzgerald to get fired. Guess what? That's like Jalen Kidner going to jail. You see what he got? No registration as a sex offender and 1 year probation. So guess what? Pat Fitzgerald ain't going nowhere at Northwestern. He ain't going nowhere because he graduated from there. He is a legend. I done said it at Northwestern. So, dude said hazing, and some of them was of the sexual content. Some of his other players that played at the same time dude did, they said it never happened. Now, I don't know if they're supporting their coach or it never happened. Some form of hazing go on college campuses, especially in athletic programs all over the country. And some of it that don't have anything to do with athletic programs is called being in a fraternity and pledging. That's hazing.
Some of them dudes like, bro, you quit bringing up old shit, bro.
Just because you ain't make the NFL.
Just bringing it up.
Bringing up old shit.
We've been trying to forget about that. Live life. We out here living life. We trying to go back and open up wounds and shit.
Well, dude tried to, but it ain't gonna work. Some people got damn loyalty.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And we ain't about to get no money. No nothing.
But we loyal.
Yeah.
We ain't snitching.
Yeah.
confidential informant and what
Go
they
with
call
that.
it,
Tell him go with that, bro.
whistleblower.
Go with that, bro. What they told him, yeah, that didn't happen. I don't know what he talking about. Go with
A whistleblower.
that, man.
Trying to bring down a major college football program at one of the biggest schools that football ain't the most important thing. Academics is the most important thing at Northwestern.
You should have been doing that back in the day when it was happening, bro.
I bet this kid that's doing it, and then of course, since he's a whistleblower, they ain't gonna say his name. I bet he didn't even graduate, and he probably didn't even make it to the NFL. So, the Cavs also they got Damian Jones on free agency, as well as that dude Spruce from Miami, and they drafted Amani Bates. Amani Bates, he been playing in the summer league. I mean, I would watch him just to see how he looked. But I ain't even watched the Cavs in the summer league, so I know I ain't gonna watch Victor Wembanyama, whatever his name is. We all gonna get used to saying his name because remember when Antetokounmpo came? Couldn't nobody say his damn name either over here. Till he told you how it was said. So give people a break when they can't say Victor's last name. You got a lot of damn E's in his name, boy. If his name was up there on that really fortune shit. First of all, it'd be all going this way, and then it'd have a lot of vowels in it. Because sometimes Y, we got a Y in there, A-E, ain't no I's, ain't no O's, but it got a lot of E's in it. His name. So don't be tripping because y'all can't say his name. They couldn't even say Elijah Wan's name when he first came. And after Patrick Ewing graduated, before Mourning went there, in between they had the Dikembe, I'm waving my finger at you, Mutombo. And before anybody could mess up his name, John Thompson said it on national TV. He said Mutombo. He said it, Mutombo. I won't say it again. That's how his name is pronounced. And of course, Cracker's gonna mess it up because John Thompson had him at Georgetown. Everybody know what Mutombo went on to do. He didn't wave his damn finger at Michael Jordan, though. Michael Jordan waved his finger at Mutombo. Yusef Salaam. He won a conference in New York City. I mean, not that I really care about New York City, but the story was good and it was important because he was one of the Central Park Five that went to jail for them years because they said that them 5 boys raped that white woman in Central Park. Ended up, they didn't. They got out. After some years, they did some time, but they got out and they got compensated very well. The city of New York, the state of New York, y'all had to pay them boys. But this kid, he's the same one who, when Donald Trump got indicted in New York on the paying a porn star money laundering, whatever he was doing with his money. I know Melania didn't know what he was doing with his money. He took out a full-page ad in the New York Times and asked Donald Trump, how does it feel? Considering Trump was talking about they needed to get the death penalty in this full-page ad that he took out in the New York Times, which was all lies. Trump, first of all, Trump wasn't even there. Well, how he know they raped him? All he did was see some shit on the news. And them boys did not do that, and they all got out, and they all got paid. So, but I bet they all went to the Trauma Recovery Center of New York City when they got out. That's a traumatic thing. Let me see. Boy. Stephen A. Smith, we mentioned him once. And him and Shannon Sharp, they be sitting up there hollering across the table from each other. There's going to be a lot of spit flying. So that lady better sit up there with a damn mask on. Jalen Rose, ex-wife. She's didn't get fired from ESPN. Like her dude. Let me see. What's his name? Mike Rubens. Michael Rubens had his annual Martha's Vineyard, or Vineyard, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Where I come from, they call it vineyard. Some people call it vineyard. So, but Martha's Vineyard, where the Kennedys hang out at, he had his annual summer all white party. I wish I'd been invited. I'd have wore all blue. The guest list included, let me see, who else was? Tom Brady, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Kevin Hart, Lauren Harvey, Lala, Lil Baby, and Lil Baby was there. You know, James Harden was there.
I'm surprised he went, because that's a bunch of corn, man. I wouldn't hang out with none of them
And everybody that was mentioned was cornball.
no, that when I seen Lil Baby, I was like, what?
Yeah, Baby went. I mean, you know.
I thought you were colder than that, Lil Baby.
He just like, maybe I might be able to get some money here.
Yeah.
Who else? Joel Embiid was there. Why?
Yeah.
Let me see who else was in there.
That's the one that surprised me. I was like, damn.
Yeah, when Baby was there, I was like, oh my goodness. Meek Mill was there.
Yeah, I can see that.
OBJ was there. Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see all that corn power sucker shit. Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, they always go. They from up that way anyway. So, Joe Burrows was there. Joe Burrows. You too cool for that type of bullshit like that, man. Come on.
Ain't none of them about shit. Ain't none of them people.
Only on this whole list I named was Joe Burrows, Lil Baby, and James Harden. The rest of these motherfuckers ain't shit. So, but Stephen A. Smith went on his podcast and cried the blues because guess what? He didn't get invited to the all-white party on Martha's Vineyard. First of all, Stephen A. Smith, that just showed just what type of dude you really are. That you gonna get on a national podcast and cry like a baby over not getting invited to the party. You supposed to be so tough.
I'm trying to be with the rest of the cones.
Kevin Hart, Lauren Harvey, Lala. Only coons that wasn't there was James Harden, because he from Inglewood for real, and Baby.
Okay.
Because Meek Mill is cool. Remember the last time he was up there, he got in a fight with somebody? And if you white, you can be a coon too.
You know, left me out of the cone part.
I know Baby and James Harden didn't stay long once that shit got to rolling, man. Because what nobody there that they can hook up with where they can make money. So, what was the sense in staying?
What was the sense in even going?
Oh, man. I mean, what they probably had shit to do. They was in the area. They said, let's roll up here and see what this shit like, man. We went up there and I bet them two didn't have on no damn all white.
Yeah,
I bet
Lil Baby was taking pictures.
Oh, you showed? Oh, okay. I didn't see no pictures. I just read the article about Stephen A. Smith.
I think what he was trying to do, though, I figured he was taking pictures with some white girls, so he was up there trying to. That's what he was trying to do. I know what Lil Baby was trying to do. I know what he was really trying to do, but you didn't have to go there to do that, Lil Baby.
No, he didn't. But I mean, him and James Harden are only two names on the. And I do like Joe Burrows, but I respect Lil Baby and James Harden.
Lil Baby had on my white, looked like he had some silk on too. Looked like he had
Probably
some all
did.
white silk on.
Probably did.
Yeah.
But
There was something with a hot thread count when he was wearing it.
and when you got 1,000, 2,000 thread count, your shit smooth.
It was either silk or Egyptian cotton or something. He wasn't playing.
But no, Stephen A. Smith, he continuously shows what type of sucker, simp, hoe ass nigga he is.
Nobody wants you there. That's why, bro. He wants you out there.
Yeah, because all you gonna do is be thinking you more than what you are in somebody's face, in somebody's woman's face. Kermit the Frog, looking like Kermit the Frog. He probably been sniffing around Kim Kardashian's ass.
Right, man, you got your little show, okay, whatever, your little cool show. We really don't like him, for real. That's why we didn't.
No, nobody like him.
We really don't like him.
And he one of the ones that ESPN decided to keep. And then they brought in racist Pat McAfee and gave him $85 million, but they laid off some of the best journalists, sports journalists in the business. So, Stephen A. Smith, you can go to Pat McAfee's KKK party, and you could be the dinner, or the meat, or the nigger that they're going to hang from that cross. Drake was at Drizzy Drake. He started his tour. First night in Chicago. Niecy Felicia, you did good by that boy. Desmond, you got the best mama you could have ever had. He was down there playing in a basketball tournament, a summer league basketball tournament, but he in the 10th grade. So them dudes, they go out there because they trying to make a name for themselves. It was a big name tournament with some big name young kids there. But you know what he got in Lindbergh there? He got like 7th row seats at the Drake concert. You know what, mama, Felicia Martin go over. She let that boy go to that concert by himself. Felicia went in there doing that damn concert by herself. She was in there too. She like Bridget, ain't nothing wrong with it. But my niece was just so beautiful. And you do beautiful things for your children. Also at the show, this must be one of the newest fads. I don't know. You tell me. Somebody tell me. There's no static radio, voice of the revolution. There's the hustle and wax flow. Somebody throwing the cell phone up there and hit Drake ass. What that girl name to be looking over her shoulder? Leaning back or whatever her damn name. Remember they threw the phone up there and hit her in the face? Every show people go to now, people must, do they buy burner phones just to throw them at people on the stage? Because if they throw in their own personal phone, they not getting it back. And if they want to get sued,
that further lets you know what type of people is throwing phones on things.
Some dumbasses.
No, dumbasses, but they'll let you know what persuasion they is.
Well, they be a lot of them be at Drake shows. But
you know we ain't throwing no phones on those things.
Man, ain't no black people throwing no phones. They got their camera, they trying to film this shit.
I'm on this phone the whole time. I'm trying to make a play right now as we talk. Trying to make a play.
Somebody threw their phone up there. Again, that's about the third major artist that I've unheard of getting a cell phone threw at them.
You know who's doing that shit? The damn shit ain't us.
And they throwing iPhones and then flip phone freaking Samsung phones that cost $1,000.
It ain't us. We ain't doing that.
You damn right we ain't doing that. They take filming the shit. They too busy filming it. Well, how you gonna throw your phone up there and you film it? Because the people that threw their phone, they didn't get no film and they not getting their phones back. So, oh well. Because if I'd have been up there and somebody threw a phone at me and I'd have seen who did it, I'd have picked their phone up and I'd have threw it right back at them and cracked them in their damn head.
I let them backstage. I gave backstage passes. I let them backstage. Yeah. Let them backstage.
Yeah, bring them backstage quick. Because I got my crew here, the ones that hang out with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Run up on the stage with a knife if you want to.
Yeah, let them party backstage. We won't need this on video. We don't need this on video. Just let them backstage. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, just bring on And then Lauren Harvey, she called chasing. She trying to get with somebody since old boy kicked her to the curb, and then she begged him to come back, and then he didn't come back.
Why not? That's what y'all do.
Well, I know your baby didn't want to have shit to do with him.
That's what y'all do. Y'all the clout chasing. She don't want to go back. She trying to go forward.
Yeah, well, I don't know. All I know is baby didn't want to have nothing to do with her ass. Maybe Joel Embiid wanted to kick it, but I think Joel Embiid probably too busy looking at Kim Kardashian's ass.
Chase ain't gonna work. You gonna have to do the what's the name game. You gonna have to hit the either OnlyFans or do like what's the name daughter and go to the porn. Go to porn or OnlyFans.
Yeah, go to porn and
Like
make more
what's
money.
the name? But Fishburne, like
Yeah,
Fishburne.
Fishburne daughter
Yeah.
that he ain't never speaking to again ever.
So you gonna have to make a move. Cause what's the name? He already. They ain't giving you no money, man. I don't know why y'all think you ain't getting no money. Look, Steve Harvey ain't giving you no money. So you better do something real quick.
That money to his real kids. His real kids. Not the ones he adopted. Not the drug dealer,
He gonna
baby.
tell you, I done got you in the room. I done got you in the rooms. That's on you from here on out. I done got you. You didn't know how to lock it in with Michael J. That's on you.
So, hey, he got in this party.
You didn't know how to lock it in. You better find somebody. You better find Mitch. Go to a money exchange. What Steve Harvey tell you to go to a money exchange to find Mitch.
Actually, I talked to Mitch this weekend. He's funny. That's a funny dude, man. But let me see where I'm going next. Yeah, that was Stephen A. Smith. You a sucker. That's why they invite you to them type of sets. Point blank. Period. David Simon, who created The Wire and other great shows on HBO.
Yeah.
He asked for leniency for one of the dudes who sold the drugs to Michael K. Williams.
Yeah.
He asked for leniency, which I don't know if that's a noble thing to do or what, but I don't know. But I thought that was just kind of, I don't know. Would you have done it? This big, powerful man, he went to the judge and asked for leniency for somebody that played a part in somebody dying of an accidental overdose.
I mean, certain stuff, that's just for the course of society. Certain stuff ain't none of your damn business, for real. It's like,
No, it ain't David Simon's business.
You want to put your power or your business, make stuff in your business. Dude ain't have no business selling the drugs. Dude ain't have no business buying the drugs. It ended up to be an overdose. They both was in the wrong. And whether you ain't got nothing to do with it, for real. So I don't even think you should be putting your nose. Sometimes you don't need to putting your nose in stuff where it don't belong.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. You know, if somebody stuck their nose in with Jalen Kidney, he don't even have to register as a sex offender. I'm gonna say his name every week. He's a sex offender. Speaking of drugs, they still ain't found out who bag of cocaine that was on the White House. It ain't not Joe Biden's son.
That happened since we were last week.
Yeah, they found the bag of blow.
Okay, nobody. It's funny though. That's some crazy. That's wild. They doing what Joe Biden. But we gotta get to the bottom of this. That's crazy. It's funny. Okay.
Direction.
It's funny though. Okay, like if something happened out here in the hood, and they trying to frame somebody or however they trying to get somebody locked up, they can find. We can put this plastic bag into this chamber with super glue and something to make the fingerprint appear on the plastic. They got all kind of stuff they can do when this shit, they locking people up in the hood, us black folks. But then when this shit, you find a whole ass bag in the cocaine that they don't know how to investigate, they can't, it's just everybody's clueless, like nobody knows nothing now.
And the White House with all that damn security up there. Ain't nobody, and all the cameras up there. Ain't nobody see that package fall on the ground.
We don't have no technology at all there. Like, we don't know how to find fingerprint. We don't know how to do shit. We don't know how to do nothing, man. So Somebody help us.
till you get in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, that don't make no sense.
No
But
sense at all.
if you don't know, don't be talking about it a week later,
No
2
sense
weeks
at
later,
all.
they still talk about it.
And there's a lot of traffic in this hallway.
And that's what they say. They say a lot of people going down that damn hallway where the cocaine was found at.
So we can't pinpoint.
I bet if a black dude would have seen it and picked it up, they would have known it was real.
Y'all are silly. Oh man, make it make sense. Please make it make sense. Y'all
You
just
ain't gonna make it make sense, bro.
Y'all just try to play us like we just like come on.
All black
We
people.
don't know.
Sinners.
We don't know who cocaine is. We don't know how the cocaine even got in here.
2 weeks later, y'all still don't know. You got the CIA, the FBI.
It's a camera. We don't even know who. It's
The
so much
DEA.
traffic. It's so much traffic being in the highway. We don't know if it could be anybody.
But you can't run the film back and look.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can run the film back and see what them 3 black dudes look like. That supposedly robbed Biggies and shot the dude in Biggies.
Like the White House. Come on, man. The White House. Like I can go to the casino. They'll zoom in on me so quick, man. Get your phone off the table.
Yeah, well, you know what?
You can't have your phone on the table. But they tell me at the casino, but then at the White House, you telling me that the casino got better security than the White House.
And this ain't even no real casino. It's like a schoolyard crib casino downtown.
I bet you some cocaine fall out my pocket at casino. They'll zoom in on me. He was the one that dropped the cocaine right there.
Yo, bro, come here.
Yeah.
And a lot of traffic in that hallway, they said. But hey, I'm gonna keep following the story because eventually they gonna find out who cocaine it is.
Who they want to pin it on? They trying to get the
Hunter
video.
Biden.
They trying
Joe
to get
Biden.
the video together. We got to make this video look real good.
They splicing it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some video from when Obama was in the damn White House.
They splicing it or they just recreating a whole new one. Like we just gonna have to create something from scratch, man. This shit.
Oh, act like you brought the cocaine. I'm filming, y'all.
Like what the hell?
Well, I mean,
They said
they still looking.
that was the part that got me when they said that. They said it's a highly trafficked area.
High traffic
I'm
area
like, wow. Okay.
with all the Secret Service,
Yeah.
all the FBI.
So anybody could, but if you got a clue, then let us know. If you know who brought the cocaine in.
Well, like that preacher said yesterday, well, somewhere in America, he said, well, Leslie Van Houten. I know don't know, but well, Roland from University Heights might know. Tamar Freeman might know. There's a few other people out there, I'm sure we know his name. But Leslie Van Houten, she will be paroled after 51 years in the California state penal system. She just started going up for parole in 1978. I wasn't even 21 yet.
I was born in 1978.
Well, let me tell you, when Leslie Van Houten been going up to the California Parole Board, she,
45 years.
how many governors, and she's been in there for 51 years, but every governor denied it. And you know, most of the time the parole board denied it too. But the thing is, the California Supreme Court and the United States Supreme Court said no, you cannot keep this woman in jail any longer. Now I'm gonna tell y'all who Leslie Van Houten is. Leslie Van Houten is one of Charles Manson followers. Now she went the first night when they killed what's her name? What was the lady name they killed? That was Roman what's his name? Roman who? Papansky or something, whatever his name was. Who was the film dude? Damn, I can't think of the lady's name. They killed her. She was in 1 or 2 movies. Charles Manson them killed. They stabbed her up all her friends. What's that damn lady's name?
obviously didn't write the right person though. 'Cause she should have been on the list for Kodak Black. She wrote Trump. She got out. she didn't know that.
Trump
movie.
let Kodak Black out of jail.
She didn't know that movie.
Nah, they wasn't. Trump wouldn't get that one off. I was almost said Patty Hearst. That's a whole nother white woman.
Yeah.
Like my head drawing blanks like what? But Patricia Queenwinkle is still alive. She's the other woman that was with Manson. She's still alive at a certain time. She been getting denied that just as long as this other girl. And the one dude, Charles Manson's right hand man, Tex Watson. Well, Tex Watson ain't never getting out. He won't never get out because he was there on both scenes, and he killed a lot of people for Charles Manson. Charles Manson went down there one time. He rolled down there one time.
Man, they let them people out. Free them people, man. Free them people when they get 75, man. 70. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What's her name?
80 years old.
What's her name? Lazy Karen Harvey probably can't even come. She's been so in prison so long. Her shit dried up like two ways.
What you gonna do, man?
But
you 80 years old. Like, what you physically capable of coming?
they what's her name?
Poison them up. You gonna poison them?
Charles Manson was a slick dude, man.
Yeah.
Sharon Tate, that's her name. Who killed the Manson folks, the Manson crew. They killed 7 people, and Sharon Tate was the biggest name. The La Biancas, they killed them the second night.
Y'all need to stop that, though. Letting these people die in prison. Man, come on. Some of these people are 80, 70. It'll be a certain years, okay, you physically can't even walk, man. I guess, I don't know. You won't.
Well, she getting out.
Put them in prison. The infirmary is cheaper than having them at the.
I tell my dude this all the time. Mason, I tell him this all the time. Ohio is the serial killer state.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You know where Charles Manson was born? In Cincinnati.
They say what's going on down in Akron. Somebody said they heard it's a serial killer down in Akron right now currently.
Oh well. Better Akron than Cleveland.
And then we're gonna have the black man. Come on, Ohio. What we gotta do better, man?
Gotta trying.
Black serial killer. You know, the black folks don't be on the
serial
killer. The black folks don't be on the serial killer game. I don't even know Ohio, man.
So well.
Yeah.
So well had heads in buckets in his basement. He tried to do the twist on Jeffrey Dahmer that Jeffrey Dahmer didn't do. And they ain't gonna, and you know what? They not even gonna kill so well in jail like they killed Jeffrey Dahmer. There's a whole lot. There's some more serial killers too that live in Ohio. I just ain't gonna run through the list right now. This is the serial killer state. Y'all think it's California? No, it ain't. It's this state that we sitting in, the great state of Ohio. I love this state, but we the serial killer state. We got the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We got the Serial Killer Hall of Fame. Point blank, period. But Patty Hearst. I just said her damn name again wrong. But y'all know I just said her name. That's the people who Charles Manson. Roman Polanski was her husband. He was in France making a film. And actually, years later, Roman Polanski was actually convicted of child pornography charges. And you know what he did? He never came back to America. He been over there a long time in France. Yeah, well, I guess. He beat the case, but he was convicted. But I bet if I'd have did some shit like that and went over there, they would have came over there and got me. But Roman Polanski could be over there for 50 years. Tate, that's her name. Her last name is Tate. But hey, I mean, I think I like you. Tex Watson, he should never get out of jail because Tex Watson, he old enough to come back out and kill some more people. And if he get out, he one of them ones like Lynette Squeaky Farm. Manson had them so brainwashed they were still trying to do stuff to people in Manson's name 20 years later.
Yeah.
Get out of jail. Lynette Farm got out of jail. She tried to kill President Reagan
Yeah.
for Charles Manson. She gave Reagan a break. Reagan the one said, we're gonna outlaw the death penalty in California. We're gonna give y'all life.
Yeah.
And they gave him life, but they didn't give him life without parole. Well, Watson got life without parole. But them girls, cause a couple of them, Susan Atkins,
I
she
think
died in jail.
I think it should be like, okay, you 8 years old, and be like, okay, if you're 8 years old and can't do 10 push-ups, like, let's see motherfuckers do 10 push-ups. If motherfuckers do 10 push-ups, we gotta keep him here. But he can't do 10 push-ups, y'all. Let that dude on now, man. He can't do 10 push-ups.
Yeah, well, 5 for the women.
Yeah.
But Manson was 83. He died in prison. We all know Charlie Manson. Everybody, Charlie Manson was the boogeyman. Just like Osama bin Laden was the boogeyman for white America. Back in 1969 and 1970, Charles Manson was the boogeyman for white America. But Charles Manson, you know how slick Charles Manson was. Charles Manson, this is how his brain worked. Charles Manson said, we're going to go down here. We're going to kill these prominent white people. We're going to blame it on the black people, the Black Panther Party. And then it's going to start a race war between blacks and whites. That was his theory and his game plan on all this shit. Just to die in jail at 83. Crazy as a Besser bug, whatever that is. I know some old person in my family just say that about a Besser bug. I ain't seen none yet. But she getting out. And they say she's gonna have to adapt to life on the outside. She's gonna have to see what a cell phone looks like and all that. She's been in jail for 51 years. She was like 19 when she went in. So if she got out though, the other girl, Patricia Krenwinkel, she getting out too. She's gonna get out on the next go round. But she been.
Look at what's going on. People like 70 years old knocking people out out here. Is that what's going on?
No, I ain't seen no 70-year-old sitting with
They're not knocking people out. Let them on out of jail, man. 70 and 80. You 70 and 80, let them people out. They're not knocking people out. They're not leaving babies in the trash can. Hopefully they ain't having no babies.
Yeah. Robert De Niro,
Let them on out.
Al Pacino. But, I mean, hey, they just trying to get to the bathroom on time so they don't do it on themselves.
Yeah.
Basically, that's it. Let me see. Oh, the big story when Madonna was rushed to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what happened, right?
What was the truth? What is the
The truth was, and it came out, because you know somebody always gonna tell.
Yeah.
She would have to be revived with Narcan.
Uh-oh.
So you know what that means. They ain't giving Narcan for high blood pressure.
Yeah.
They ain't giving out no damn Narcan for a heart attack.
So what it was DD, it was a couple of letters before the OD.
Remember the OD, not the VD.
Before the V comes, O come before V.
Well, that's what they said, and it's been published, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
They had to revive her with Narcan before they took her to the hospital. So Kodak Black ain't the only motherfucker out here getting high.
So what does this lead to from Madonna? She got any kids still, or is all them people grown now?
Her kids grown.
All them people grown now that she been taking in.
Her daughter, is doing, her naturally born daughter, and she spit out herself. Her son, man, he done got in some trouble, but he's an adult.
But all them Africans and all them other people she brought in,
They cool.
They grown now.
Yep. Then what's the girl name? With the dark hair, real pretty. Oh man, she was adopting kids from over there too.
Jolie.
Not Angelina Jolie, she foxy too. She ain't looking so good now, but she played in 28 Days.
Yeah.
She played in Miss Congeniality. She was Miss Congeniality in the movie. Oh man, what's that damn lady's name? See, I'm drawing blank. That's why they should let Patricia Quinn go out and Leslie Van Houten. Now, I can't remember this shit, and I ain't been in jail for no 51 years. You know they can't remember shit. And as long as their names is, they might not remember how to spell their names. But it'll come to me, that woman's name. She was in Miss Congeniality. And she was in 28 Days. 28 Days was a good movie though. You know, she went in rehab. That was deep and it was real and it was serious. I'll watch that movie anytime it come on. Now, you want to get through some good news? I don't know if it's good news or bad news, but I know this. Somebody dropped that cocaine in the White House and they got that shit on camera. Ain't nobody walked right in front of the camera when the cocaine was dropped and blocked their view. Because if that's the case, they wouldn't have found it. Who found it? The janitor? When he was sweeping up?
That's how they trying to get at. Making everything and trying not to come up with no answers.
Right.
They say that they don't even know how. I guess it's their reason for not going back to try to look at the tape. But we don't even know how long the cocaine even been in here. It could have been here since Obama. We don't even know how long the cocaine been.
They're going to try to blame it on Sandra Bullock. That's her name. I think Sandra Bullock is one of the sexiest and still is one of the sexiest women. Yeah. That work in Hollywood. And she was adopting a lot of kids from she adopted, I think, 2 kids from Africa and 1 from Mexico. She raised all of them, and they grow pretty good in life. She stood up for something that she believed in, and she did it. I mean, I gave Madonna credit for it too, but Sandra Bullock fine as hell. Angelina Jolie used to be fine as hell, because she got the fooling around with that Brad Pitt and that Scientology bullshit. Fucked her all up. But, excuse my language for cussing, but she did. There's a lady, what's her name? Usher in Vegas at his concert.
Yeah.
He tried to, walk up and romance, what's his name? Kyle, damn name. Whatever that's, I can't remember shit today. But the lady's last name is Harlow. The lady with the skin condition that used to be on the America's Top Model.
Yeah.
Her dude. And, Kyle Kuzma, that's her boyfriend. The one that played for the Wizards and played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
And Usher went up to her, he was singing, he tried to get his game off, he reached his hand down there, like, you know how they try to get smooth and want to be holding your hand and singing to you. She got up and sat in Kyle Kuzma's lap and said, "This is my man right here." Usher was sitting there with his hand still right there.
That's how what's his name should have did it. They say she out here freaking, she for the streets, Keke Palmer all on.
Yep.
And talking about her baby daddy wrong for it. He ain't wrong. He need to put a cut on off. It's hard to cut off because she the breadwinner now.
Yeah, she out here tripping.
Yeah,
I was talking to my dude about that yesterday too.
that's what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to do that. But she out here for the streets with her butt cheeks out.
Yeah, buddy. And Janelle Monáe, our excellent press.
They said, you see the meme though with Keke Palmer, they said it makes sense now. It don't make sense. Because Keke Palmer played Chili. You know, us used to date Chili. And Keke Palmer played Chili in the TLC movie. that was like it all makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
It makes sense.
Essence Festival was boring. It was not like it used to be. They had, when they brought in the 50 years of hip hop, the Essence Festival is mostly festival and networking weekend where the most of the ages of the people be 35 up, and they usually bring in acts that match up. But this year they brought in the 50 years of hip hop, and a lot of people said it wasn't that good. Because some dude, they got a young dude, he was like producing it and all that. And So he did his own thing. He did it the way he wanted to do it. But Janelle Monáe, keep your little bitty titties inside your outfit. You trying to be out here tricking too with Keke Palmer. Stop it, Janelle. That ain't your game plan. That ain't your game plan, baby. 50 Cent was talking about the California penal system.
Yeah.
Said,
50
cause they,
Cent from New York.
I know. That's why I was reading and I was like, what the hell he got to do with the California penal system?
Damn.
Because they brought the Nobel thing back where if you get put in jail, you ain't getting no bail. And Kareem, I know you mad because we do that, the bail project here in Cleveland. Come back on the show, Kareem. We talk about this. But 50 Cent from New York. He ain't got a New York and Detroit. Why he give a damn about California's bail system?
On the whole different side of the country.
You plan on going to jail out there, bro?
Not almost the whole side. You from
All
East
the way
Coast,
on there.
all the way to the West Coast.
To the tip, California, LA, and California, down to the bottom.
What's going on in New York? Can you tell us what's going on in New York? What's going on with your son?
Did you hear about the dude on the scooter in New York? That was one of the last shootings. He just went around and just was indiscriminately shooting people. And when he fell off the bike and they caught him, he had one of them damn clips or switches on the gun. He killed, I think he killed maybe 2 people, but he shot a whole lot more. He just riding on the scooter, riding around shooting people. Like, that's cool. 50 Cent, shut up. Because I want to get to this story about, her name is K-Rika. K-Rika is spelled capital K, A-Y, R-I-C-K, capital A, and A. That's how Mama taught her how to spell her name. K-Rika Wortham. I can't even say her name. K-Rika Wortham got 16 years. And she didn't even steal no PPP money. Guess whose money she stole? Amazon's. She stole $10 million from Amazon by making false people that's ordering stuff.
Yeah.
And her girlfriend, Brittany Hudson, they in the scam together, and they had created Legend Express, LLC.
Yeah.
Now, they stole $10 million from Amazon. She was a supervisor down there.
Y'all was smart enough to go to France and never come back to the United States.
I'm sure you just how I'm about to tell you how smart K-Rika and Brittany was. K-Rika and Brittany, they bought a house in one of the most expensive parts of Georgia, outside Atlanta.
Yeah.
They bought a Lamborghini, a Tesla X, and a big ass brand new Dodge Durango.
Nobody never heard y'all like that.
Before we go.
Ain't heard y'all no circle. No circle where this new money come from.
I mean, yeah, the new money. You Tyler Perry and them didn't don't know you over
Nobody
there.
knows.
Baby and them over here don't know you. All of a sudden, you wasn't in the
it.
dope game because somebody would kill y'all.
You gotta ease into the circle, man.
No, they should have went to France.
You gotta ease into the circle.
K-Rika,
You can't just pop up on the scene and nobody know who you is.
and then they checked their shit, and K-Rika worked at the Amazon plant. They stole $10 million worth of money. They had a couple other people that got caught too, but they probably ended up snitching on K-Rika and Brittany because they didn't get them type of charges. They waiting to sentence Brittany Hudson. She probably get about the same time. But K-Rika got 16 years. That's what they took back from her. They took the house, they took the cars, and they had like about $2.something million in the bank account.
Yeah.
They took that back.
She'll get out about 3 by the book.
Guess what? How to be a dumbass?
BET Trap Queens. Be on that show. BET American Gangster female version of Trap Queen. She be out about 3. They get about
Yeah,
3
she
songs.
need to be on Trap Queen because she ain't that wasn't a smart enough move to be on American Gangster. That wasn't even a smart enough move to be the Trap Queen. How you gonna steal 10 million, get away with it, and they caught you because you started buying shit, and then the other people that you didn't give a better cut,
Yeah.
they snitched on you.
It's-
They
it's-
was
it's
doing
an
this.
episode. It's an episode of Trap Queen. That's exactly how you going.
Well, all I know is this.
They posted people had one lady, she was at the bank. One lady was doing it on the receipt fraud game, taking it back in the store. But it's the people the inside people that you wasn't paying enough. They like,
You
hey,
getting all the money and you looking good.
and got a house out here in the gated community that he like,
Not the gated
yeah.
community.
So we got to snitch on and get the house, and it would always happen. Take the house.
Yeah.
And the feds bust in at 6 in the morning. Like, just like the song. I was waking up to get my coffee and the feds busted in. Like, how long you thought this shit was gonna last? You thought this shit was just move like you was gonna you can't sell dope.
No.
You can't sell dope forever. That's how we started the show up. You can't scam forever.
Well,
And
all I
continue,
know,
just because you in the gated community don't mean your scam is safe.
Kenrika Wortham got 16 years, and Brittany Hudson probably gonna get about the same. LLC, Legend. They named they shit Legend Legend Express LLC. That's where they were sending all the packages to. They was the ones who supposed to be ordering all these damn packages.
Take them straight out to Amazon. When you move to the gated community, all the scammers, just to let y'all know, if you ever watch Trap Queens or any of it, the women, anytime that you move to the
You
gated
don't live
community,
there.
anytime you move to the gated community and buy cars off the showroom floor, your scam is up. The jig is up. The jig is up. I'm trying to tell you. The jig is up. I'm trying to tell you. It's all I'm gonna tell you on that note.
Woo.
It's done. Don't do that. Don't make that move.
That Brittany Hudson and Kenrika Wortham, they made that move. They stole 10 million from Amazon. Now she got to do 16 years. Now they had a good plan. They didn't get them people at the bottom enough money because they the ones told on them. Besides buying all the new cars in a brand new house, one of the most wealthiest parts of freaking Atlanta. They should took some Narcan like
You
Madonna.
don't know it. Everybody else know it.
You know Madonna, they had Narcan. That's why she was in the hospital. But I mean,
Everybody else know it. You don't know it. But as soon as you buy the big house in the gated community and get the showroom floor beams or BMW, because that's what y'all usually get, the beams or the BMW or the Range Rover. It's a wrap.
they bought a Lamborghini and a Texas X.
You bought the Lamborghini because you knew it was a wrap.
Yeah, you got a Lamborghini. You don't even know how to drive a damn Lamborghini.
And then they put it in your mama's name.
Exactly.
Then they put that shit in your mama and you put that shit in your real name.
These are some. They should have just stole some PPP money and we should have just skipped their ass over real quick. But these are dumb people. These are dumbest people of the week. Kenrika, 2 capital K's, Wortham, and Brittany Hudson. Y'all going to jail. You can't just steal people money and Brittany, that man is on Amazon.
And people not in the
Stay in the hood for a couple of years, man.
You ain't in the music business. You don't know nobody in the music business. No, they know you. You ain't hit. They done checked and see who done hit the lottery. You ain't hit the lottery.
Your name ain't on no
You ain't no
claim
shit.
shit.
You ain't nothing. And you like, man, oh, these is scamming. So what you do? Oh, I work at Amazon. Oh yeah, they scamming. Let's
Oh
pick it
yeah,
up.
we about to get you.
And
Look
then
at
one of
that.
y'all probably ain't even got no.
Riding up to Amazon in the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Dumbass. Something interesting too, before we get out of here. That was interesting, but that was dumbass interesting. You know what I mean? That's like 50 Cent worrying about no bail in California. fuck you, you in New York.
You know, in California.
Nobody. You done hated on him and shut up, 50 Cent. Kate Bush going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Running Up That Hill. I mean, I think Wuthering Heights was her best song, but Running Up That Hill making a lot of money today because it was on one of them damn shows on the CW. Yeah, it wasn't on the show. It was on another show for real, y'all. CW don't even exist no more. But her and one of her staff members actually are the ones who invented the headset mic. I was like, damn. And they showed the one that she made. Yeah. And it had like a damn hanger. Yeah. And they take the mic on the end of it and bent it. Yeah. And she had the headless microphone singing on Wuthering Heights and on a couple of her tours.
That's where you really get busy. That's for people that want to dance and sing at the same time. Yeah. Cool on that, man. That shit work you out right there.
Well, Kate Bush still beautiful. She going to the Rock Hall this year. And I thought that was like, you know, most stuff like that ain't nobody never heard of before. A black person invented that shit. And they steal it. Yeah. So Kate Bush don't have no black person come up talking about they ain't one that invented it.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. Yeah, okay, Bobby Brown. I know you had some oxygen on that damn stage finishing up this damn tour.
Bobby Brown used to wear them headsets back in the day.
On the My Prerogative.
He could move back in the day.
Oh, I was watching that video yesterday. He was sliding and making moves and hey Teddy. Bobby Brown used to get down. Bobby Brown was the man, you know.
He used to do that, with the headset. He used to sing and dance at the same time with the headset.
With the headset microphone, partly invented by Kate Bush. I can't believe it. Sometimes you read shit and you be like, damn, I should have known that a little while ago. Oh, I forgot this one here. This is for all you people in Akron. Steve Thomas, anybody else in Akron. If you live in Los Angeles and you live in that 303 area code, there was a party. What's her name? Sweetie. That's Sweetie.
Oh, yeah, Sweetie.
Sweetie had a birthday party. Yeah. Guess who walked up there and thought they had carte blanche to get in that bitch?
Not only did Bronny not get in,
Shaq son didn't get in either. Bronny and Sharice. Y'all dressed like clowns, thinking y'all just gonna get in this woman's. Y'all ain't got enough clout.
I didn't even know y'all was kicking. When y'all start kicking it.
Yeah, y'all better quit because somebody going to jail. But y'all fathers got clout to get in that party. Y'all ain't got no clout because y'all ain't did shit. Y'all living off their money. Everything you going off their money.
There it is. What we talking about, reality check.
Sweetie gave them a reality check. She told them no.
Oh no, nigga. For real.
You can't come in here.
Y'all. Oh, alright, whatever.
There's a 2-point security, and when you do this, that means y'all can't get in. Bronny and Sharif O'Neal, y'all trying to skate in.
On name game.
Yeah, it didn't work, baby.
On name game.
And last but not least, Dennis Rodman, Tiffany Rodman scored 2 goals for the United States women's soccer team yesterday.
Yeah.
I think she like 18. She might have turned 18. But she's gonna be a superstar in that soccer shit. Why y'all try to get in the party? And y'all, first of all, y'all should have tried to sneak in. It would have been cooler. You know, they could have said, we caught y'all sneaking in.
Oh, y'all should have did. What's the name? This was in Akron. No, it happened.
No, it was in L.A.
Oh,
Who was in LA? I just sitting out after people in Akron because y'all know I hate Akron as much as I fucking hate New York.
Was in LA. But who was y'all should have did? Y'all should have threw y'all own damn party like house party like your daddy moved.
On that note, this is the Hustle and Whack Flow on No Static Radio, and that's the best way to end this show here. I will say this. The show was very interesting. We apologize for the phone issue, but I also let y'all know that y'all can call me on my personal phone and we'll be live on the show just like the No Static Radio line. Next week we'll have that shit cleared up. Actually, it'll be cleared up sometime before the day after the next show. So, thanks for tuning in. No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. Hustle and Wax Club. Stephen A. still ain't got in that all-white party. It was a bad weekend for people trying to get in somebody else's party. You know that?
Yeah.
Cloud chasing.
Cloud chasing for real.
For real. And that boy, his name is Jalen Kittner, John Kittner's son. He does not have to register as a child predator. So that means he's going to commit that crime again. Because they gave him 1 year probation. He had about 70 charges on his ass. He ain't got 1 year probation, unsupervised, and he don't have to register as a sex offender. I wonder who that judge was. But on that note, thanks for tuning in. If we offended you in any way, tune in tune in next week, and we'll do it again. See, I don't know, we need to go out to Madonna, Bronny James, we ain't got no music on, I forgot. Karika, her name, K. Rika, was stealing 16 million, 10 million and getting 16 years. They gave her ass more damn years than money she stole. Damn. Karika and Brittany. Oh, she probably get out about 6.
Yeah, I said about 3, about 3. Maybe 5. They ain't gonna do that long. They don't do no still. About 3.
Well, it depends based upon their criminal record.
Yeah.
They got some shit in the past.
So the girl from the City Girls, she got locked up for her scamming ass. She did not Young Miami. That's Jay, ain't it Young Miami? What's the other
Young Miami.
For the City Girls, she got locked up, scamming ass got locked up. And then she did about 2, it wasn't even 2 years.
She did about 18 months, basically.
Yeah, the fucking rap world didn't even miss her. She went in and came back out.
Well, some people didn't even know she got locked up.
Yeah, so, they ain't about to get that long. She about to do about 18 months.
She ain't Young Miami. This bitch, she ain't Young Miami. Her name is K. Rico.
With
2 K's, capital K's in her shit.
She gonna do about 3 years. She be out.
She ain't had no money.
She ain't gonna go back to rapping or scamming. She better not go back to scamming.
She wasn't no rapper. She worked at Amazon. She was a supervisor. She can't even get a job at Amazon when she come out.
Yeah, she don't know how to list.
And she got her, what's her name, paid back the rest of that money. We gone. What are we going out to?
Kumo D, man. Wild Wild West.
Wow, and that's what it's going. Like we said, people out here panicking in these streets. It's like the Wild Wild West. Kumo D. Hey, thanks y'all for tuning in. We love y'all at No Static Radio. Doing my AM radio DJ voice. My name is Gio Solomon, and this is the Wax Show. It's so smooth over here. Got Hustle Color on the board. Guess what? I hope y'all like this show. Because we got to go. There's some other shit going on in Cleveland, Ohio besides, we love y'all. We love No Static Radio. Bye. And if you know you can't get in a party, you got to find a way to sneak in the party. Dumbass. Oh, and rest in peace, Ron Davis. I should have said that in the beginning. Rest in peace, Ron Davis. He was a good dude, man. Trust me, he was a good dude. Wild Wild West. Y'all want me to sing it for y'all? Oh no. go out to.
I don't know. I hear them headphones. I don't know what's going on over here. It's playing everywhere else.
So coming out of the speaker.